All right, so this is video number like whatever, 5 I think. Watch the others so that this makes sense for you. I'm gonna tell you how to quit smoking weed, so you know the very specifics of how to quit smoking weed have been in video number 4 and this one. So video number 4 and this one tell you specifically how to quit smoking weed. Video number 1 through 3 are also just watch them all, dude. But anyway, I'm 24 years old and I quit smoking weed 4 years and 1 month ago. I also I quit drinking and smoking cigarettes. So I don't even cuss anymore. I have a lot of experience in what it's like to quit, and I'll tell you how to quit. And yeah, just watch my video. So here we go. I left off in the last video in the middle of giving you some advice, and I got cut off because the thing only records 15 minutes at a time. So, all right, so here we go. It's not going to make sense to you if you didn't watch the last one. Okay, here we go. So, I was just saying, pretty much quitting smoking weed can be done as simple as somehow tricking yourself into being sober for 3 days. If you can trick yourself into being sober for 3 whole days, you can overcome smoking weed. You can be sober for the rest of your life that way. Seriously, most people never ever ever make it to 3 days sober. And if they do, they don't make it to that 4th day or that 5th day or that 9th day. You know what I mean? So, but getting yourself 3 days sober is like the biggest thing. It's like no one's ever done it. You know what I mean? So that's why you've never quit. It's really hard to do. But if you want to bad enough, and if you if you seriously plan it out, you can make it impossible for you to smoke weed. Like for instance, one time, like in fact, the day I quit was impossible for me to smoke weed because I worked from like this one particular day. I had to be at work at like 7 in the morning, and I didn't get off till like 2 a.m. I mean, like they fed me and everything, and just it was just like it was like an eventful day. Like it was literally eventful. We're at an event, and it was just impossible. This girl called me up. She was like, "Hey, you want to blaze?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I kind of do, but I don't think I can. Like, I don't think by the time I get home, I don't think." I was like, "You know what? By default, I don't think I could smoke weed even if I want to, because by the time I get home, it's gonna be like 4 a.m. or something." Um, so literally, I couldn't that day. I just could not, and I just ran with it. You know what? I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of this. I'm gonna keep it going. Day two, um, day two, I just voluntarily stayed later, stayed at work late again, and the same girl called me up, and then someone else called me up, and then someone else called me, and I was like, I can't, I'm at work, I'm at work. So it's just impossible for me to smoke that way, you know. And I worked like 20 miles away from home, and so anyway, you can create that situation. You can create that situation on your own. You can plan this out. Plan out the entire day. Plan out 3 entire days. If you're old enough to drive and you can afford it, why don't you take you and your friend or your cousin or your nephew or someone that's sober? Um, I would take some family if you got like a nephew or cousins or some young, fresh-minded kid, or your friends that are sober, and pay for them if you have to. It's worth it. Go out on a 3-day vacation. Tell your work. You know what? This is so important. Quitting smoking weed. I mean, life changing moment. Who cares? Especially if you have some sort of job that's like an entry level job. Just say, hey, you know what? I got to take these 3 days off or something. Tell them it's a family event. You know, to make some crap up, whatever. And just get these 3 days off. 4 days. Screw it. 4 whole days. I need these 4 days off. Whatever. And you take yourself, go camping, go somewhere, go plan a day. Oh, we're gonna drive like 50 miles away to this place we've never been to. That seems pretty cool. Whatever. Even a small little town that's not that cool. Whatever. Go stay in a motel over there. Go bowling that night at the bowling alley that's local to that motel. Then go drive somewhere else and stay in another motel, and then go somewhere else, stay in another motel till it's been like 3 or 4 days. Well, how are you gonna smoke weed if you're not near any of your friends and you're at least and you're far away from home? Right? So just think, be smart. Go to a water park, something. Get yourself, just make it impossible for you to smoke weed for 3 days, and then you can overcome this through that, and I can almost guarantee it. If you can get a 3-day head start, you just run with it, and then the rest is history. You won't even have the urge to smoke on that 4th day. I mean, it won't be that strong, and if you can stay away from all your friends that smoke and all the situations that would make you think to smoke, at the places that you would normally hang out at, you might not get even the thought all day long. And I can guarantee you, like me right now, I don't get the urge. I don't think about it at all. So trick yourself into it, and the rest is history. Seriously, and even if it costs, I'm gonna tell you right now, even if it costs you $300 to do that, or whatever it might cost you, do it. Say you got $500 total in the bank account, spend it all. Who cares? You know what's more important than money? Your freaking health, your body, your future. You know what I mean? You're gonna make more money in the future, man. You're not gonna, you know what I mean? And it's worth it. Who cares if you're a really cheap person? Who cares, man? Spend that money. Go freaking, invite your friend that can't afford it, whatever. Pay for them the whole trip, their food, the stay in the hotel, and even tell them why. Say, you know what, this means a lot to me. Please come, please come. I really want to quit. If you come, you coming might seriously change the rest of my life. Please come. You know what I mean? And I'll pay for you. You don't have to worry about anything. And who don't be cheap in these situations. Just do it. Catch the train if you don't have a freaking car. Catch a train, go somewhere. You know what I mean? Um, Whatever. Just be away from it. Take a vacation away from all these drugs and all these situations that could lead to you relapsing. Um, and don't be cheap in these situations. You know what? You're gonna spend $300, $400, $500. You're gonna spend $1,000 on weed eventually. You probably already have. I know I would spend $20 to $40 a day on weed. So at least $20 a day on weed for sure. So do the math, man. That's a lot of money. That's like 400. That's like $500 a day or something in 30 days, right? $600 a day, I think. Um, anyway, so there's that. And then the other thing I was just gonna say was, you know what? You don't need weed. You don't. It's stupid. It's pointless. What it is you customized your body to need it. You want to know what you really need? This is all you need: food, water, sleep. That's it, and air. Food, water, sleep, and air. That's all you really need. To that's all. That's all your body requires: food, water, sleep, and air, and oxygen. That's all you need. And then somehow along the way, you acquired habits, bad habits. Now all of a sudden you need food, water, air, sleep, and weed. People who smoke, they need food, water, air, sleep, and cigarettes. And you might even skip out on some of these really important things just for that addiction you have. You might have been in this situation once. Oh, it's lunchtime. I've got $5. I could spend this $5 on some lunch and eat my lunch, or I could spend it on a little $5 sack of weed and smoke some weed. And you might choose weed over lunch. I mean, before I even had a job, I remember when I was like 15 years old, I remember having $5. Okay, I'm freaking hungry, I haven't eaten all day. I've got $5. My parents think I'm in school. I'm really like out walking around with my friend and I've got $5 on me. I'm like, okay, I'm starving my eyes out. I can walk into this restaurant, buy $5 worth of food, and fill my stomach and feel good right now. Or I can go smoke some weed, feel way more hungrier, but satisfy that urge to smoke weed, and I would do it every time. So really what happened was you smoke weed for so long that you customize your body to want weed. Your body is now requiring weed, requesting weed just to feel normal. So you have to be smart enough to A, realize that, and B, undo that. Be smart enough. Be like, okay, I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. I see what's going on here. And just fix it. Okay? Recustomize your body to not want it anymore. And it's as simple as staying away from it for 3 days, and then your body will naturally go, hey, okay, I don't need this anymore. And here goes something I've come up with. Your body wants whatever it had yesterday, okay? I know you've been in this situation. If you've ever been to a buffet, you'll know what I'm talking about. Say you normally don't eat too much. You normally eat like you eat like something small in the morning, something small in the afternoon, something small at night, and that's satisfying to you. But then you go to a buffet or like a party and there's like free food everywhere and you just stuff yourself, right? Like let's say you go to the buffet and you stuff yourself like on purpose. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna see how much food I can eat, and you just shove all this food in your body and you stretch out the lining in your stomach. So now your stomach lining is used to being like this or whatever, but now it just stretched out like that. So the next day, your body wants like that much food again. Okay? Now it's gonna hurt if you don't. You're gonna have to suffer through some really starving moments. But after like 3 days, it'll go back down. But if you're weak and you want to just have this urge stopped, you're like, oh no, I'd rather just eat and get fat. just to satisfy this urge, and you would rather fill your stomach lining up to where it's wanting it to go. It's like your stomach lining's out here, but you only filled up this much food, and it wants you to fill up the rest of that food to satisfy this hunger feeling. Um, and you keep giving into it, you're going to eat more than you actually need to. So your body wants whatever it had yesterday. So because you ate so much yesterday, your body wants more food today, more. But then if you just say no, no, I'm not going to do that, your body will go back to normal and it won't want all that food again. It's just go, oh, my bad. I thought, I thought, it'll just correct itself. So now you've been smoking weed. Your body wants weed. If weed is in your yesterday, then you want weed today. Okay. Weed is not in my yesterday. I don't want weed today. You know what was in my yesterday? Talking to this girl I really like. And you know what's in my today? Talking to this girl I really like. You know what was in my yesterday? Going to work. You know what's in my today? Going to work. You know what was in my yesterday? Working out. You know what was in my today? I worked out today. You know what I mean? You know what was in my yesterday? I was gonna say playing hockey, but it wasn't. But today is my playing. I'm gonna play hockey tonight. So I mean, whatever's in your yesterday is gonna be in your today. If I smoked a cigarette yesterday, I can guarantee you I'm gonna want a cigarette today. If I smoked weed yesterday, I can guarantee you I'm gonna want weed today. So take all the stuff you don't want, take them out of your yesterdays. If you don't want to jack off anymore, take those out of your yesterdays, and I guarantee you won't want to do it today. If you don't want to smoke weed anymore, take it out of your yesterdays, and you won't be in your today. If you don't want to smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, take them out of your yesterdays, and you won't want them today. You got to recustomize how your body wants stuff. Like your body wants whatever it had yesterday, plain and simple. Um, and so now I'll just spend the rest of this time just motivating you, telling you all this stuff that I can think of. Okay, now look, you've been smoking weed for a long time now. Some people say, oh, weed gives me this and that, and it makes me feel one with myself. Just dumb little stuff you tell yourself. Look, if there were anything in weed, either you already found it or it's not there. Okay? If there were anything that you were looking for in weed, either you already found it or it's not even there. Either way, move on. Okay? Move on. You're done. Okay? You've never done anything as long as you have done weed. My friend Rick has been smoking weed since 15 to 25, so 10 years. He's been smoking weed longer than he's been going to school, man. You know what I mean? He drive like you count how many years he spent in school, first grade to 10th grade or whatever. You know, it's eventually going to be longer than he spent in school. Like nothing lasts as long as your addictions. You know what I mean? You were in Boy Scouts once. You dropped out of that. You like everything you've done. You never did anything as long as you've done weed. Move on. It was supposed to be a one-time experience. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to last this long. For me, it was supposed to be, I just want to see what all the hype is about. I just want to try it that one time. You know what happened? Freaking life of addiction. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm done, but dude, it lasted like 7 years. Last, my friend Rick, who hated weed, like we all smoked weed, and it took us forever to talk him into to starting. And then now he's stuck. He can't stop. So, if you were an explorer and weed were a mountain, it'd be in a mountain that you've already explored. Just keep on, just move on. Explore some other mountain. If weed were a movie, it'd be a movie that you've seen every single day for the last few years, that last X amount of years, it might even be 10 years. You know this movie like better than the back of your hand. You know the lyrics to the movie. There's no more surprises in this movie. It's no longer exciting to you. It's boring. Smoking weed is boring. For anyone who's a pothead, smoking weed is boring. It's no longer fun. You just do it to get your fix. You just do it. You just do it to feel normal. You don't feel normal until you smoke weed. You feel like something's missing, and that's why you smoke weed. You wake up, and you just like that's what wake and bake is all about. You wake and bake because you feel like something's empty. Like when you're hungry, you don't feel you do anything. You gotta drop everything and eat. Like if I'm hungry, you can't drag me to anything until I eat. I'm like, no, man, I'm not gonna enjoy that. I gotta eat first. You know what I mean? So that's what it becomes. Look, I got 30 seconds left in this video, and I still got more motivation to give out. So I'm gonna keep saying stuff along these lines that would motivate anyone to quit smoking weed. I'm gonna call it video number 6, I guess. Just watch it, dude. Hey, man, I'm freaking giving my good time to random people out there that might be watching this video. I really hope you quit smoking. And look, watch this next video. You already come this far. Just screw it. You know what I mean? All right, see you there. Later.